What is up, everybody? AV8Nate here. It is so exciting to be back in an airplane. I have not been in an airplane since the 13th of July this year, which is 116 days ago. I asked my phone earlier and it told me. I got a new job. I got really into backpacking and hiking. I hiked 30 miles of a trail in South Carolina. It was crop dusting season last time I was out here flying around, just so hectic that I decided to kind of take a little time off from flying. And it was great. It was great for my mental and my physical health and all that stuff, but we're back today after a long break and I'm back in the airplane. Since I haven't been in an airplane in a while, I just rented the one that has the typical steam gauges that I'm used to, and we're just gonna do takeoffs and landings today. It's gonna be pretty boring to watch. As part of what makes flying fun, I like to take people along. I like to have passengers, and the FAA has lots and lots of rules, and one of them is about proficiency versus currency, right? So I'm able to fly this airplane, but I need to be proficient enough to do my landings and takeoffs to safely have passengers. So they've got a rule. For all of you rule nerds out there, it's FAR 61.57, and it says, except as provided in paragraph E of this section, no person may act as pilot in command of an aircraft carrying passengers or of an aircraft certificated for more than one pilot flight crew member, unless that person has made at least 3 takeoffs and 3 landings within the preceding 90 days. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you don't need to know about. But that's the bottom line. I'm out of currency with my landings and takeoffs to carry passengers. So we're gonna fix that today. I'm gonna see how many takeoffs and landings I can get in. It's a little windy, got about a 10-knot wind coming straight down the runway, so that should be just fine. I'm gonna fire the airplane up here, and we're gonna have the ability to carry passengers when we finish with today's flight. So I'll be right back with some flying action. Now that's done. So let's fire this airplane up and get started.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk November 6905 Sierra Papa taxiing runway 10 via taxiway Alpha Bravo, Galesburg traffic.
Let's start this airplane, man. It's time to start the plane. Pre-flight inspection is complete. Passenger briefing. Seats and seat backs are adjusted, locked. Seatbelt feels good. The brakes feel good. Circuit breakers are all in. The electrical equipment is all off. Avionics master is also off. Fuel selector valve is set to both, and the shut-off valve is on. I'm gonna turn on the beacon now. Throttle open 1/4 inch. Pump on. Mix in. Fuel is flowing. Mix out. Pump off. Clear prop. All right, buddy. Let's do it. Avionics master on. Let's listen to the weather.
5 Zulu weather, wind 200 at 11, visibility 10.
So like I was saying earlier, it's a little windy. We got it's 11 knots of wind. There's no gusts anymore, no reports of gusts, which is nice. It's just a nice steady straight down runway 21, which is where I'm gonna be. All right, taxi light is going on and our flaps can come up now. I am gonna go to runway 21 via Alpha. That's that taxiway right there. I'm sending a picture to my mom. It's important stuff, man. You gotta do this kind of thing. GPS is set up. I got my weather there. I'm good. I got my radio set. Altimeter's good. Been over all that stuff. Time to call my taxi and check the brakes.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk November 532 Hotel Fox taxiing runway 21 via Alpha, Galesburg.
Brakes feel good. All right, I'm making a left. Taxiway looks clear right and clear left. All right, we're gonna do a UE here for our engine run up. Spin this joker into the wind here. Passenger seat back good. My seat back good. Windows closed. Doors locked. Flight controls free and correct. Mixture goes rich. Elevator trim is set for takeoff. Throttle up to 1800 for the magnetos. Okay, throttle and friction lock feel good. Radio and avionics good. Make a left to the runway from here. This baby turns on a dime, you know. Gotta configure our lights for the runway. Lights, camera, action.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532 Hotel Fox departing runway 21, staying in the pattern left closed traffic, Galesburg.
Final looks clear. Keeping that crosswind correction. Runway 21, buddy, where I made my first solo landing and where I started my very first flight as a private pilot. Checking out, the compass matches my heading indicator. That all looks good. Flaps are up, mix is rich. Here we go. Power's coming in. Right rudder is coming in. All right, our gauges are green. Airspeed is alive. There's 55. Rotate. Need a little more crosswind correction, I think, next time. Coming up on 500 feet. Got 700 feet, we'll go crosswind. Here we go. There's pattern altitude, start to push it over. Power back to 2100.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk November 532 Hotel Fox left downwind, runway 21, Galesburg.
We are downwind. We are pattern altitude. Let's do our gumps. We got gas good, undercarriage, slow down a little bit. Got that tailwind, man, making me rip this way. All right, we are abeam the numbers. Power coming down to 1500 RPM. We are below 110, so we can go flaps 10. All right, 45 degrees off. Start our base turn.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk November 532 Hotel Fox left base, runway 21, Galesburg.
And we'll go 20 degrees of flaps in base. Final looks clear here.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532 Hotel Fox left final, runway 21, Galesburg.
Runway. There we go. All right, we're gonna go flaps 30 since the field is right ahead. A little crosswind correction because the wind's coming off the left there. Approach speed's looking good at 70 knots. Center line feels good. Feeling good to chop the power as we come across the threshold here. I feel a little high, actually, but the touchdown point is right ahead. Power is out. We're going to transition to straight and level and hold it off. Steer with the feet. Not beautiful, but we're on it. Keep the nose wheel back. Cool. All right, yep, exit the runway. One down. Ha! Taxiway is clear, and we're coming across the line to a complete stop.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532 Hotel Fox, clear runway 21, taxiing runway 21 via Alpha, Galesburg.
We'll lean this mix out. No, oh, almost lost her there. That would have been embarrassing. Land light off, taxi light on, strobe light off. And now we will taxi. All right, man, that was great. Felt awesome. Might not have been my best landing. I was off the center line to the left, and I did a little balloon action. Let's listen to the weather while we're taxiing.
Automated weather observation. Weather, wind, 19er, at 13. Visibility, 10.
And the wind has picked up in speed and changed direction. So it's 19er at 13. Getting close to 15. If it hits 15, I'm gonna call it. That's where my minimums are. So I don't like to fly with it with winds, sustained winds higher than 15 knots. It's just not my comfort zone. We'll keep rocking it until we get that kind of a situation. I don't need to do another run up, which is nice. I just need to do the pre-takeoff checklist again. Before takeoff, flaps are up, land light is on, taxi light is off, strobe light is on. Yeah, then mixture goes to rich. And that's that. I'm gonna have myself a little sip of some H2O, and we're gonna go for number 2.
All right, here we go. Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532 Hotel Fox, departing runway 21, left closed traffic in the pattern, Galesburg.
Final looks clear. As I roll that onto the runway, same deal. We roll the crosswind correction out. All right, I got a 2-1 in front of me. I got a 2-1 on the compass. I got a 2-1 there. Looking good. Mixes in. Flaps are up. Tanks are both. Number 2. Here we go. Power coming in. Feet are off the brake. Right rudder coming in with the power. Power is full. Gauges are green. Airspeed is alive. There's 55. And rotate. Runway heading looks good. All right, there's 500 feet. At 700 feet, we'll start our crosswind turn. And there's 700 feet, crosswind. And downwind looks clear.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532 Hotel Fox, left downwind, runway 21, Galesburg.
And we've got our pattern altitude looking good. Gonna get that strong tailwind here, so I don't need as much power. Let's do gumps. We got gases both, undercarriage, good. Mixture is rich, power set, seatbelts, lights, gumps complete. Abeam the numbers already. That is so fast. Power down to 1500 RPM, and we'll get flaps 10 in because we're below 110 knots. Looking for 85 knots here. There we go.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532 Hotel Fox, left base, runway 21, Galesburg.
20 degrees of flaps in the base turn. Roll out of that. Final looks clear.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532 Hotel Fox, final runway 21, Galesburg.
We'll do another full stop because I'm not quite ready for the touch and go just yet. Get back on this center line here, and we'll go flaps 30 now. pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. Right rudder, little left wing dip there to hold the center line. 65 as we come across, that's good. Power's out. There we go. Good. Hold on, no brakes. Back on the center line, perfect. Minimal braking required. All right, great, that was 2. I mean, there's wind for sure, but I'm doing the best I can in the wind, and with my lack of practice, that wasn't bad. I've had scarier landings and been more practiced. I'm not saying give me something worse. That's not what I'm saying, universe, if you're listening. Off the runway here.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, clear runway 21, taxiing runway 21 via Alpha, Galesburg.
Quickly leading the mix. Let's not shut the airplane off like we did before almost. The land light comes off, taxi on, strobe off, and we are cleaned up and good to continue our taxi. Let's get a review on the weather.
Zulu, weather, wind 200 at 11, gusts 16, visibility 10.
All right, so the wind is back to 200. It's back to 11 knots, but it's gusting 16 now. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. Listen to it every time I come back around, because if it's sustained winds above 15 knots, 15 knots, I'm gonna call it for today. But I can do 11 with a little gusty action once in a while. All right, so I'm 1 landing away from being current to carry passengers, which is exciting news. Holding in the crosswind correction here, which is elevators forward. The wind is a tailwind, and I don't need hardly any throttle to roll forward. It's pretty significant, the push that I'm getting from back there. So I'm just letting the wind do its thing and applying no brakes. I'm so thrilled to have nobody else out here today for my refresher course in how to fly an airplane. We're just doing takeoffs and landings today, but I'm gonna do as many as I can. If I can do 10, that'd be great. I need 3 though, so. Our before takeoff checklist, flaps are up, landing light is on, taxi off, strobe on, mixture is rich, elevator set for takeoff, pilot needs a drink of water. Okay, final looks clear.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, departing runway 21, left closed traffic in the pattern, Galesburg.
All right, so here we go, flaps up. Thanks to both. Mix rich. I will never forget the day I forgot to rich the mix. It actually happened to me twice. It happened to me once on my own on a long cross-country flight when I was a student, and then it happened to me again with my instructor in the airplane. And the reason I missed it was I wasn't looking at every step on the checklist. All right. Everything looks good here. I got 2-1, I got 2-1, I got tanks both, mix rich, flaps up. Number 3, here we go. Power's coming in. And right rudder is also coming in. Airspeed is alive. Power is in. Gauges are green. There's 55. Rotate. Hold that, there we go. Get that VY climb. We got a bit of wind here. Heading looks good. There's 500 feet and 700 feet. We'll go crosswind. All right, there's pattern altitude. Downwind looks clear.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, left downwind, runway 21, Galesburg.
All right, there we go, on the downwind, 2,000 RPM. Airport environment looks great. Let's do our gumps. We got gas both, undercarriage, good. Mix is rich, power set, seatbelts, lights, good. Gumps complete. Hold that runway heading there on downwind. Abeam the numbers. We pull the power to 1,500 RPM. Hold the nose up until we get flaps below 110. I see a bird out there, 12 o'clock. 2 birds, large, passing below me. No factor. Those were humongous birds, man. All right, cool. I held off on my descent a little bit to give them plenty of space.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, left base, runway 21, Galesburg.
Get into a base turn here. We'll add 20 degrees of flaps. And final looks clear. We'll go ahead and roll out of this. Should be on a good final now.
And Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, final, runway 21, Galesburg.
Power good, speed good. I just got to watch out for those Boyds. I do not want to mess with any burbs. Center line looks good. Flaps are full in. Power looks good. Speed looks good. All right, there we go. Right rudder needed. Hold that center line with my left wing dipped. Feeling good there. Center line looks real good. And power coming out as we cross. Keeping the left wing down. Crosswind correction, rolling it out. Holding that off. Man, did I grease it or what? Yes! Ooh, boy. This is not an aviation commercial, but if you've ever considered flying an airplane, man, it's something. All right, let's get off of this and clean up.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, clear runway 21, taxiing runway 21 via Alpha.
They're probably wondering, why isn't he just doing touch and goes? And they're about to find out that he is. He just hadn't flown a plane in so long that land off, taxi on, strobe off. Just want to make sure I'm following all my steps here. All right, we're at 1,000 RPM, and the taxiway's clear, and we're coming off. Awesome. Well, that's 3. That one was great. I hope I can do them like that for the rest of the day. That was really a satisfying landing there. I had to do a little left wing down crosswind correction because the wind was coming in a little diagonal from the left, but I used the right rudder to hold our approach right on the center line, and like magic, it actually worked out. Let me check the weather one more time.
Weather, wind, 19er, at 11, visibility, 10.
All right, great. So the wind keeps moving like 10 degrees. Need to just put another check mark here down for third landing. Oh yeah, you know my instructor used to do a thing where he would check them off here. He'd start at 0, and this was 1, 2, and now I'm on 3 landings. I'm gonna try to keep up with that. And I'm gonna start doing touch and goes here, so I'm not gonna be doing full stops and taxi backs. So I need some coffee to keep me motivated. Before takeoff, flaps are up, land light on, taxi off, strobe on, mixture rich, elevator trim, set for takeoff.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, departing runway 21, left closed traffic in the pattern, Galesburg.
Final looks clear, that's great. I wonder if they're sick of hearing me in the office. In the FBO there's a nice lady that checks the airplanes in and out, and she was having her lunch when I came in, and I know they have a radio behind them, so they've got to listen to me every time I make a call on the radio. I've probably annoyed them by now. Just out here making the same calls. Downwind, I'm on base. But that's what we do. We announce what we're doing and stay safe out here. Oh yeah, beautiful runway. New one. That looks good. I got mixture rich. Flaps are up. Tank is both. Shut off is in. Lights are good. Here we go for another one on 2-1. Little crosswind correction here. Let's roll it. Power coming in. Right rudder coming in. Power is full. Right rudder is in. Gauges are green. Airspeed is alive. There's 55. And we'll rotate. Try to get into that VY climb. There we go. There's a VY climb. It has taken me all day to nail that one. Hold that runway heading. Crossing 500 feet. We'll go crosswind at 700. There's 700 feet. Crosswind coming up on pattern altitude. I'll start pulling some of this power out and pushing the nose down and rolling out of this. Downwind looks clear.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, left downwind, runway 21, Galesburg.
And we just want to keep on pattern altitude, not climb any higher. Pattern altitude looks real good though. A little too much power in there still. I'm ripping along. Gumps, got gas, good. Undercarriage, good. Mix is good. And rich power set. Seatbelt, lights. That wind is a from back there. Really chopping me up here. All right, there we are. Beam the numbers. So we'll pull the power down, 1,500 RPM. Probably still more than I need because that wind is just throwing me forward here. Flaps coming in. Looking for 85 here.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, left base, runway 21, touch and go, Galesburg.
All right, we're doing touch and go on this one. 20 degrees of flaps in our base turn. There's base. Final looks clear.
Galesburg traffic, Skyhawk 532, Hotel Fox, final, runway 21, touch and go, Galesburg.
Touch and go's fun. And I can leave the mix in and leave my lights alone. And we'll go flaps 30 here. We're gonna get on that center line. There it is, center line, cool. All right, left wing down, right rudder in. Oh, died.
All right, awesome. So one of the not awesome parts about this GoPro Fusion 360 is that it overheats and it shuts off, and it does it a lot. So it just did it back there on the flight. You got to see some of the landings, but not all of them. I did 7 altogether, and they were getting pretty good by the end of it. I'm really satisfied with all that. The wind is still pretty consistent out here, above 10 knots, and so I'm just gonna call it a day. I got 7 good landings. I feel real good about that. A really great day. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all the follows, all the subscribes, all the views. Tell your friends about AV8Nate. I got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and I'll see you on the next one.
Gale Spring traffic, Skyhawk November 695 Sierra Papa taxiing runway 10 via taxiway Alpha Bravo, Gale Spring traffic.